Hello and welcome from Olympia. This is Tom Campbell, your state representative from the 2nd District. I'm here in my office after a long day. Today is February the 1st, Monday, and looking forward to a very challenging week, shall we say. I wanted to go over a few bills that we voted on last week, as well as some committee action, some of my bills, and some of the bigger issues that we're moving forward. First of all, I want to let you know that Senate Bill 6396, the so-called assault weapons ban from the Senate, appears to be dead, and I want to thank everyone for the many calls, emails, and you name it. You have certainly been heard in Olympia that you are not interested in impeding on your Second Amendment rights and unlawful use of firearms. And I think that bill clearly would have done that, and we were ready for it in the House. I don't think it's going to come here, but if it does, be assured I will do everything I can to make sure that does not come law. It would just be a terrible, once again, futile act against law-abiding citizens instead of criminals who need to be held accountable for their behavior. And speaking of criminals, we have several bills that are going to be coming up for law enforcement related issues this week. One is the surviving spouse bill, so that tragedy like the Lakewood situation happens, that spouse will be able to maintain that pension. Even if they're not at 10 years, they'll still get the full pension or the option of a cash out. So it's a positive step, and it'll help the kids as well, and they'll be able to go to college and have their tuition paid for within the state. Another bill adds the no bail provision like we have for murder cases now for anyone with 2 previous strikes. So a third striker like Clemens would not be eligible to be bonded out like was done in that case. We know that's not the end all, but it's certainly the right thing to do, and it will prevent some problems, I'm sure, in the future. Now we have several bills that are passing out of committee now. One of my bills that passed out was House Bill 2961. It's a continuation of work we did some years ago in the pseudoephedrine bill. This is going to really make a difference in the whole smurfing scenario, and then smurfing is where someone goes from store to store and picks up the pseudoephedrine to make methamphetamines. Now we have a written log now which really doesn't help prevent that very much, but this electronic version, which I wanted way back when we passed the bill, would allow that store to stop the sale at that moment, preventing going from store to store to pick up all that they want so that they can have these large meth cooks that go on. So we're excited about it. We know our last bill, 2266 in 2007, dropped the meth labs 80% in our county, just like that, within 1 year. So we know this will improve on that. I'm very excited about it. I believe it's going to go forward. Another bill that I have, 2827, on domestic violence, would require a visit to the judge, an arraignment or hearing, before that person is let out in the street. We do this in Eatonville, I'm told, quite regularly, and it works really prevent that anger, that short fuse right after the incident, so that that person does not become a repeat offender. Another issue that it came up this last week was House Bill 1329, collective bargaining for daycare workers. A bill that last year I felt favorably about, but after talking to the daycare workers in the district and listening to their concerns, I voted no this year. And I did so with the full understanding that the people that bringing this bill forward, presenting this bill, really want to help, and they want to make sure that they get proper payments for DSHS subsidies for these children in daycare. But folks, this is not the way we can get there from here. It's going to add a lot of costs, and it's going to force people into these unions that may not wish to be. So I did vote no. It passed the House. It's in the Senate. We'll see what happens. The word is going to be some significant changes, possibly making it an optional decision at each daycare center, and that would definitely improve the bill. I'll keep you informed as that bill goes forward. Also, House Bill 2561, the so-called Green Jobs Bill, passed the House. I could not vote for that bill. The price tag was way too high, $861 million in state bonds, which would jeopardize our bond rating according to our state treasurer, and really, I think, be a problem for our schools. So I just couldn't do it. The price tag was $1.5 billion, paid back over 25 years. That's just not good sense, and it doesn't make any kind of business sense, so I had to vote no. I want to let you know that we have some kind of exciting bills that are going to be coming up shortly that you probably don't like. And for instance, the street utility tax, House Bill 2816, and that bill will tax every business and every residence in a particular city to provide more money for infrastructure development. No doubt they could use the money, but I think you could use it more. So I certainly will not support that bill. It's in transportation now and has not been voted on yet. There's not that much more time left before we have cutoff, and then it's the end of it. I'd like to talk to you some more about some issues we're dealing with in my committee, environmental health, but I just don't have time today. But needless to say, there's a lot happening here. We love hearing from you. Please email me, tom.campbell@leg.wa.gov. That's how you get to me here in Olympia, and of course here on Facebook, anytime you like. Your input is most welcome and very valued. Thank you, and I'll be talking to you soon.